Hey, yo, Marlon King here, how are you doing? And in this week's video I'm going to be showing you how to save space on your hard drive if you're an Adobe user. For example, I use Premiere and Photoshop. So before we start, I'll just say I am a PC user, but this should also apply to Macintosh users as well, because I'm doing this within the software. This is options you can click on within the software. And stick around for the end for a bonus tip on how to keep your applications optimized as well. Right, let's jump into it. Right, I want to start by showing you the amount of space that's being taken up on my PC. Now, if you're using a Macintosh, you might find that the files are stored in a different place, but we can see here currently in my roaming profile for my user, we've got over 50 gigabytes of space being taken. Now, if you think that's quite a lot, if we now drill into the folder system, we'll see within Adobe, let's click on this. Yeah. Right click here, check the properties, we can see all of that file size is being taken up from within Adobe. And yes, you could go in and you could remove all of the files from here, but you just don't know whether that's going to cause issues. You know, that is a quick cheap way to do it, but I'm going to show you the proper way to do it within the software itself. So if we open up Premiere here, I'm going to go into preferences, media cache. Now, you may well find that you've already set this up correctly, and you can get it to delete automatically after a certain amount of days, like 90. However, it just so happened that I had mine set up as not deleting any cache files at all. Now, the simple way to do it is going in here and clicking this delete button. Now, when you do that, we'll see another pop-up appear. And I'm going to select delete all media cache files from the system. When we do this, it's going to go through all of those files and it's going to blank them out, but it's going to leave the references there, so when you open up any of your previous projects, they're not going to complain and ask for missing files or wondering where the cache files are. So let's just quickly relook at this file here. Oh, sorry, let's click properties and check the size. We can see now that is 0 bytes. And when we go in, all of the files are still intact, but if you look at the size on the right hand side, you can see they've all been blanked to 0 now, but the reference files are there. So if we open up any projects, it's all going to run smoothly. It just means if you need to re-render anything within the timeline, it's going to be there. And look, just I started off with about 5 gig. Right, next up is Photoshop, and how you can clear the memory on this is we're going to go up to the menu system here and we're going to go down edit, and we're going to find an option called purge, and quite simply you just need to click on all and you'll get this message. So it cannot be undone, continue, do that. And that should have done the trick. Pretty straightforward. Now, I have had in the past, it wouldn't allow me to get that option. Sometimes you might come in here and it's grayed out. If it's grayed out, technically that should mean everything's already been removed. However, you can kind of, if you don't have that option and you know stuff needs to be removed, just quickly open up a new document and hopefully that option should come back. Let's just quickly. There we go, so we can just see there now I've cleared it and that option's come back, so that is showing that it is storing things. Now, another quick way to check that everything's running optimally would be going into your preferences. So in the edit menu, preferences, then we're going to go performance. You can just check here how much RAM you're planning to use. Now, I generally use about 50%, but I've got 32 gigs of RAM in there. The other thing to note is how much you're storing, so history states, and this is where it can quickly build up. So depending on whether you're using photos or whatever, just check how many revisions you're saving, because if it's a 100 megabyte file, just 10 revisions would be a gigabyte of space that's being saved. Of course, if you do that 10 times, you now got 10 gig that's being taken up, and that's why you really need to keep this in check and just you know, purge that every now and then just to keep your hard drive on the safe side. Hope that's helped, and I apologise that I'm using the camera for this rather than screen capture, but unfortunately all of the menus in Adobe are not capturing on my software, so I've had to use the camera. As a bonus tip, I want to show you how to keep your applications at the minimum. So if we've just gone into the Adobe Cloud under apps, we're just going to check the advanced options against each one and check that remove older versions is ticked. This is a new feature, and I've noticed in the past I've had 2 or 3 versions of this Premiere or Photoshop installed. So you can quickly, after you've set that, go in and check, and look here, we can see that the older version says install, which means it's not currently installed. So a very quick tip there to keep your system optimal. Well, what did you think? I hope that managed to save you some space in your hard drive. I know it was an absolute nightmare for me, and now I've got loads of space, so all good in the hood. And if you've got any further tips that I've missed in this video, please feel free to share them in the comments below. Always love to hear about optimizing the computer even further, so all good there. And if you're new to this channel, feel free to hit the subscribe button for future videos like this. And on that note, hope you have a great week, and I'll see you soon in the next video, hopefully. Peace.